Hello, my friends. This is day 11 of our summer project. We call it Summer 66. And on day 11, we are walking our way through First Kings. And so if you've got your Bibles, you can follow along. If not, you can just watch the video. By the way, if any of these videos are meaningful to you, we encourage you to share with your friends and those in your digital orbit so that we can spread God's blessings around. So, First Kings, and the theme we're going to work with our devotional this morning is the rise, the ruined, and the reminder. The rise, the ruined, and the reminder. Have you ever started something strong? You started really strong and only to watch everything sort of slowly fall apart? That is First Kings, okay? It begins with Solomon's golden age and ends with a divided kingdom that is in spiritual decay. Wisdom builds the temple, but compromise destroys the people. My friends, it's a warning. Success without surrender is really empty in God's book. But even in decline, this is the thing you got to get about the Bible. Even in decline, God raises up prophets like Elijah, who calls the people back. There is that spectacular scene of Carmel to prove that God alone is worthy to be worshipped. A little bit of history here. The book of First Kings begins sort of at the zenith of Israel's monarchy, and it is under the reign of King Solomon. He's building the temple. Trade is flourishing. There's unmatched wisdom. Yet the downfall is in Solomon's compromises that lead to the kingdom being divided between what we call the northern kingdom, which is Israel, and the southern kingdom, which is Judah. And then there are prophets like Elijah who rises up and he challenges the people against idolatry and he calls them back to covenant faithfulness. Couple of verses to leave you this morning. Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people. Who said those words? King Solomon. And then, if the Lord is God, follow him. Elijah said those words. Couple of deep theological truths here. Number one, worship determines our destiny. Worship is key here in First Kings. Worship determines destiny. Number two, when leaders drift, people suffer. Leadership is absolutely critical, especially godly leadership. God also preserves a remnant, right? God always preserves a remnant, always sends a voice crying in the wilderness. Practical takeaways. The greatest enemy of faith is not failure, it's apathy. It's apathy, is walking away from God. What you built with wisdom can sometimes be undone with compromise, right? Compromise is a reoccurring theme in this letter, but also God always sends prophets to wake us up and to remind us of who God is and what God is calling us to do. So, a closing thought here, even in decline, God is not absent. God sends prophets. God reserves a remnant. God calls the people back again and again. What this letter teaches us is that the fear of the Lord is not just the beginning of wisdom, my friends. It is the foundation of national and personal revival. And no matter what you're going through today, I want you to know that the God of the Bible still got you today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. God bless. Bye.